In celebration of his new album Nectar, this is 5 interesting facts about Joji. Number 5. The TikTok connection. No artist, big or small, is safe from their song turning into a meme. And Joji's biggest hit, Slow Dancing in the Dark, was no exception. The song took the internet by storm immediately after its release, with UK radio host Annie Mac of BBC Radio 1 marking the song as the hottest record in the world just 6 days after it came out. A music video for Slow Dancing in the Dark was also released, featuring Joji as a satyr with an arrow in his back, stumbling down the street and smoking a cigarette. Not that the song needed any extra boost or promotion, but by spring of 2019, more than 6 months after it came out, Slow Dancing in the Dark became the soundtrack to TikTok's massively viral microwave challenge, using the microwave-sounding ding that appears just before its chorus. Featuring a person sitting on the ground and spinning in a perfect circle like food in the microwave, the challenge stumped billions of viewers with over 1 million videos on TikTok. Having a song go viral on TikTok is quickly becoming a major mark of success for any pop star or rapper, and Joji is no exception. Number 4. The rise of Joji. George Kusunoki Miller was born in the large port city of Osaka, Japan on September 18, 1992. Music has always been a big part of his life, and he claims that the reason he first decided to make it was after hearing the 2008 song by Lil Wayne, A Milli. At 16 years old, he liked the song so much, he tried to recreate its beat on GarageBand, a piece of software he would later come to love. Joji also states that his strength in making music is not from formal training or skill with any one instrument, but rather his unusual production style that he found after years of experimentation. Before his dive into producing, Joji played many different instruments as a kid to try and find the one that was right for him, including drums, ukulele, guitar, piano, and more. He also calls artists like 50 Cent, Radiohead, and Limp Bizkit his biggest influences, saying that he discovered them around the time he was first beginning to experiment with instruments. His Japanese background and heritage also come out in his music, especially with his artist name Joji being the Japanese translation for the name George. Number 3. Neurological Troubles. Despite being internationally known and loved across the internet, Joji has always worked hard to keep his personal life out of the spotlight. But what we do know is that in 2010, at age 18, he left Japan for the United States as a student at the New York Institute of Technology on Long Island. Just a few years later, he found online success and built a massive following on YouTube. But in 2017, he released a statement that due to a neurological disorder, he could no longer create the content the internet had grown to love. As he explained in a statement on YouTube, his neurological disorder caused stress-induced seizures, which also led to an impact on his mental health. During an interview with Vice News, he said the disorder means he has to take medication several times a day, but that won't stop him from continuing to create the music he's always had a passion for. By the way, if you're interested in listening to the best of Joji, click the link in the description to follow the Volksgeist Spotify playlist. I'm featuring some of his best music this week, as well as many other songs I enjoy. Number 2. Musical creation methods. Joji always wanted to be a musical artist. He recalls having an inherent knack for musical production. When he was in 6th grade, he and his friends would make songs before we knew we were making songs, he said. Joji's mind began to shift more into the world of music as someone pointed out to him that even though the music he was creating wasn't trying to be anything special, it was still an actual song. Not just sounds slapped together, but rather actual song structures that could be turned into something good. Joji is also a credited producer on most of his own tracks, and he uses the free Apple audio production software GarageBand to produce his songs. For any of you who know a bit about music production, you'll know that GarageBand's severe limitations and shortcomings make it the last choice for any serious music producer. Artists tend to prefer programs like Ableton, Logic, or even FL Studio, while GarageBand doesn't even cross their minds. But this is what makes Joji so great and lovable, and most importantly, this is a part of what makes him genuine. The use of a non-traditional and for the most part condemned music software shows that Joji's dedication to his music is much more than image. It comes straight from his heart. Number 1. Music and visual connection. Joji comes from a background of creating visual content for YouTube. This experience definitely makes him think strongly about how his music will be presented visually. The connection between his music and what the visuals for the song will look like were an essential piece of some of his biggest songs like Sanctuary and Slow Dancing in the Dark. For example, the beat on Sanctuary immediately conjures images of outer space and extraterrestrial events, which led to the song's video. The music video, which also takes inspiration from 80s pop icons like Phil Collins and Journey, shows Joji in a Star Trek-inspired space western of sorts. Sanctuary was a huge step up in the production quality from his previous music videos, and currently has over 50 million views on YouTube. But not every song needs a big cast and production to be successful, as we can see with his song Slow Dancing in the Dark, a pretty minimal video with over 186 million views. The visual element for Slow Dancing in the Dark came to Joji while he was making the beat. He said a white suit was the centerpiece of that song, and he knew it had to be a formal environment. The simple yet memorable visuals of the song show Joji's creativity in all aspects of his musical endeavors. Joji's new album is coming out tonight at midnight. After much success in almost every area of the entertainment industry, his reputation as a musical artist is becoming his greatest contribution to art so far, and he's sure to continue growing as a pop star and a member of the musical community. I can't wait to hear what he does next. Once again, this video wasn't sponsored, but I did just launch a store where I'm selling the digital assets I use in my own videos. So if you want to explore and learn more about my style or make digital art, motion graphics, graphic design, or photography, this is for you. My first item is a concrete texture pack that comes with 30 textures and 10 looping videos for just $25. I use this pack in almost every single one of my videos, and I think it's the perfect tool to add visual interest to a scene, with endless possible uses and combinations. The pack is 20% off for the next week, so if you want to support my work directly and get some really good creative assets at the same time, click the link in the description. We'll be adding more items soon. Thanks for supporting the channel. It wouldn't be possible without you.